Hey everybody, welcome to the, what is this? Yeah, first live trading session for the Funny Coffee Mug Challenge 2020. So we are going to dive right in and I'm going to explain like quick overview of what we're doing. But first, just let me know you can see the screen and hear me okay. Give me a 1 in the chat box. Let's see. Good, good, good. Oh, I better put that over there. Awesome, awesome. Sam from frosty but sunny Bristol in the UK. Nice. Right on. Here, I'll show you. Want to see frosty but sunny? So let me know where you guys are coming in from too. And I want to show you something. This is where I am, London, Ontario. And yeah, it's -4. So for the US people, if you want to look at that, 24 degrees here, 24.8 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, it's cold, very cold. So we got, oh man, New Jersey, Portugal, right on, New Brunswick. Hey Jerry, how you doing? Very chilly, very, very chilly. But I love it. I actually wish we had more snow on the ground. We got a little bit last night, but not enough to ride the old snowmobile. So anyway, that's a little sidebar. So let's dive in here. Let's go back here. And I want to show you what we're going to do in this training. So we've got basically 3 live training sessions coming up, and I've got them all planned out. And this is going to be awesome. I can't wait to do this. I actually like to switch gears once in a while and show something a little bit different because I'm known for like selling necklaces online. I've been doing that for years. But we need something to fill in the gaps between the holidays. So what I said is, you know what? The forums are great. They're working. I love them. There's too big a gap in between the training sessions. So I'm going to just double the value that people get. And I'm going to fill in the months between the holiday sessions with evergreen stuff that you can run year round. First thing that popped in my head was coffee mugs because these can be sold. I was a skeptic before of coffee mugs because, as you know, the margins are pretty small on these, but you can run them. And a guy on the forums showed me that because he did massive volume for the Christmas run up selling coffee mugs, and he did it against what I thought was possible. So this is the beauty of forums and collaborating and being in a group and networking and seeing other people, because as soon as you see somebody else do it with like paid ads, you're like, well, I can do that too. So that's kind of how this came about, because usually I wouldn't show coffee mugs because the margins are just too small. But using all the skills I have with them, the paid ads and the back end system, I think we can make this work very, very, very well year round, especially the funny stuff because they can go viral. So that's where we're going to start. But it doesn't mean that that's all you have to do. You can get into niches with mugs too. And I'm even going to show you how to create a store for free on Gearbubble. Okay, a store for free that you can just have all your mugs. So we have somewhere to send our email links to, and we have discounts that we can run and sales that we can run. That's coming up in the later webinars, but that's how we kind of monetize somebody. So if they bought from us, if they buy a mug from us, like say a funny coffee mug in our example, we want to make sure that we offer them more in the future. And to do that, we create a free store on Gearbubble. They're already on our email list because they're a buyer. So we're just going to show them more funny coffee mugs, and they will come back and they will buy more. Throughout the year, we'll run some sales. We might, you don't really, all you need is a reason to run a sale. It could be like first day of summer sale. My daughter just got 100% on her exam sale. Like it doesn't matter the reason for the sale. So we'll get into that. So today, this is what we're going to cover: research. And what I want you guys to do is have 50 funny mugs ready for your research. So you're going to be busy this week. The more you have, the better, because that will save you time down the road when you get to the actual launching and testing. I'm also going to get you guys to get a little app called WordSwag. However, you can use Photoshop, you can use GIMP, you can use MS Paint if you want, you can use PicMonkey, you can use any Canva, you can use anything that can generate text-based images, okay? And then you're going to create a MailChimp account, then you're going to create a store. I'm going to show that last. Okay, I'll show you how simple it is to create a store. People think it's complicated. It is not. So we're going to go ahead and dive in here. First things first, we needed a sheet. So we need somewhere to put our stuff. So I want you to go to Google Sheets. So google.com/sheets and create a blank one. and it's simply going to be this. You're going to put the image here. Now here I'm going to put campaign ID, and then I'm going to put the quote, and then the status, and then you put result, or you put notes, like so. And then we're just going to go and highlight this. Just going to make it look pretty. So I'll change the color, font color to white, and the background color to black, and then make it bold. There we go. Now here in the quote part, we'll just make that a little bit wider because that's going to be our biggest part. And so campaign ID, it's going to start with 001. So here it's going to put 1. Now we'll copy that down. Oh, actually we'll go with this. +1, there. Now we'll take this 2 and copy it and go all the way down. All the way down, you're going to go all the way down to there. So that's going to be your setup. Okay, now what we have to do is basically fill this in. So you could even put, you could put niche in here if you wanted to. So we could insert one left, put niche, just in case you come up, you want to expand later. Right now it'll be like funny, sarcastic, whatever it may be. So now we've got this ready to go, and we'll just name it. So we'll call it Funny Coffee Mug Challenge 2020 Research. There. All right, so we've got the base down. Now you, excuse me, you're going to need a program to do some screenshots here, but I use this one called Snagit. Well, actually, I probably can just go there. So this is the one I use. And it's right here. And I actually paid for it because I use it like literally every day, and I take so many screenshots of stuff I find. It's just really, really good. I didn't know it was a recording software too. That's interesting. So I got a free trial, but basically it's super easy. You push a button, drag and drop, and then you can save it and edit and do everything else. You can do screen capture, panoramic, great for templates, great video from images, simplify tool, annotations, step tool, grab text. Like, it's just awesome. It's a really powerful thing, and I think it is dirt cheap. Can't remember what it costs. Well, 67.13 Canadian. And 1 year maintenance. Yeah, so I paid for it. So you can get the free trial, or you can use whatever free screen grab tool you want. I bought this because I really like it. So it's called Snagit from TechSmith. So let's go back here, and then so you're going to go to Pinterest and you're going to type in like funny coffee mugs. And in here, you're going to find a whole bunch of these. So what I do is just open that in a new tab. And then you do realize one day I'll snap, right? So that's funny. I like it. And this is on Etsy too. So first things first, let me take a screenshot. So I'm going to actually go like that. This is Snagit. And then you just click this camera thing. Oh, there's a video. So you can click the camera. And it goes here. And then you just go File, Save As. And we'll put it in images. So I'll put you do realize, like so. And I'll just drag this over to the other screen. And then I'll go back to my sheet, and I'm going to insert that image right here. This is a cool part that just came out with Google Sheets recently. So we go image, image and cell, browse, or drag and drop. No, it's super tiny, right? So all you got to do is drag this down, and then drag this over, and it will resize it. Then drag it down a little bit more. There you go. So now I can read it, and now I can just type here. You do realize, wait, I think there's a tool. Pretty sure we can take that, and then we can go, I think it's format. There's a way to change the, change it to all caps. Where to go? Macros. Oh, let's search help. I can't remember. I'm having a brain fart. Is it upper? Yeah, upper. Okay. So you put upper, and then the text. So let's go. Probably might be easier to just do it. Equals. Oh, that did all caps. All right, forget that. You do realize. I'll figure it out. I did it before. One day. Stop. There we go. Niche is funny. Status is pending. Notes is, you can put a note like from Pinterest if you want. You could even put like URL found if you wanted to get super technical. So then we're going to click on it and it'll go to Etsy. So here you've got a little bit of market research now too, because you can look at this and when you scroll down, you can see reviews and there's reviews for this item too. If you don't see reviews for this item, it means this item does not have any reviews. So that means it might not be a good seller on Etsy, but it's still a funny coffee mug. So now you can go to this store and we can sort by, there's most recent, you can do relevance, you can do price. Typically when you get on a page like this, if you see like bestseller listed in here, then you know that's doing really well. So let's just go back to Pinterest and scroll down here too. There's more ideas down here. My sister has an awesome sister, true story. I hate it when, I hate it. I would hate not having my wife in my life. Oh, that's funny. Oh my God, a patient almost died right in front of me. Next week, I'm totally getting my shit together. So there's a whole bunch here. But let's go back to this main one. And let's look at this. So this is on Zazzle, which is another source, but let's take a screenshot quick. Oops. Now, if you get this when you're using Snagit, it's because you moused over too fast. So just hit escape and then start the capture. And then just wait a second and then mouse over. And then I'll just save it again. So I've got it here. There we go. And then move this over. Back here. And again, we'll insert. And I put it in. And then you can go like that. Now, if you want, so we have this kind of cell size. What we can do is go click there, then go like shift, hold shift down to 50, then right click and resize rows. And here we can set the height. So we can specify, and if you, I think it's like 286 or something. So that just presets it for you. Then we can just make this a little bit wider and make it square. There we go. And then these two, we'll put these at 286 as well. There, it's nice and big. Just back a tab. There, okay. So then we'll go. So you can set that to whatever you want. Just a neat little trick to make it easy. All right, so let's go back to Pinterest and so on this page, let's go look at the page itself, see if we can get any kind of marketing info or how popular it is or anything like that. So this editor's pick, okay, so let's click the reviews. And again, reviews seem to be for like all coffee mugs instead of for specific ones. So I'll show you an example when I get to it of how it looks on Etsy. But Zazzle is another place you can do research. So it's not just Pinterest. And then when you scroll down here, you can see more like this. So you can get a whole bunch like kind of related. But I'm just going to go back again. And I'll look at the next one. So I like it. So let's go here. And again, so this is very repetitive, but you got to do it because you need a bunch of coffee mugs in order in your research sheet. Holding cup. So yeah, I'm busy. Oops. I go back here and we'll insert that. So I'm basically going to do like 5 or 10 here because I want to go through some sites and show you some stuff. There we go. So I'm at 4 already. Oh no, I'm at 3. All right, let's go back to Pinterest and then let's look at this. So now my view from the porch. So I'll click it. You'll just see it's probably a store, imagine. Oh, oh boy. Well, it probably was a store and now it's gone. So it looks like that one is gone. Well, that's interesting. Look at that. Cool. So like a rotating down here. So I'm gonna click that. That's really neat. That's a really good thumbnail. I like it. Very cool. Let's go to the store. Coffee helps me word so I can adult good. Huh. So there's a whole bunch in here. But I do like that rotating thing. That's kind of neat. Different. Stands out. Okay. Well, that's an idea. And here's the store, so we can look at this. And then you can go back to collections, view all. And typically you can go by best selling. And then you can see their best selling listings on their store. So in this case, monogram, moose. It's one way, but let's go back here. Can handle me with instructions. So let's see this one. And this one's from Amazon. So let's grab this. Let's see that. And then I'm just going to check comments here in a second. Image, Zillow, right. There we go. And then you couldn't handle, oh, I said can't. Just couldn't handle me even if I came with instructions. And we'll do one more from here, and then I'll go to another source. So, oh, let's go look at it. So this is on Amazon, which is another great source for finding funny coffee mugs. Look at that. That's keyword stuffing at its finest right there. And customer also shop for that. So another resource that you can go to. And there's no reviews, so odds are this one didn't sell yet on Amazon. But I think it's funny. Let's go back. See if there's any other ones down here. Look at that. You do realize one day I'll snap, right? Another one from Etsy. Hope your new neighbors aren't assholes. Well, that's nice. F-U-C-K. Nice. Okay, so this one, I'm just going to open this. I think that's funny. So let's go to Etsy and see if it's got any sales. $12, man, that's cheap. And none for this. But let's go to the store. Well, I am going to take a screenshot of that. Sometimes it's just, if I think it's funny, then, I will do it if I get a cackle out of it. And let's insert that one. You're basically just, this is like your brainstorm sheet. So don't be picky about what you put in here, because you're going to go back through, and the only way we really know if these will sell or not is when we actually test them. All right, so there's 5 there. You do realize, horrible idea, holding cup coffee. You couldn't handle me even if I came with instructions, F-U-C-K. Okay, so let's go to some questions. All right, so instead of Snagit, you can use a program called Jing. Which is free. Yeah, so there you go. Jing is a free one. You can download it right there. Screen capture. Hey, Will, this might have already been asked, but what are your margins on mugs? Super small. So if I go here, let's edit this one. I'll show you. So at $19.95 on a 15-ounce mug, the margin's $13 profit per sale. So we probably want to put the 15 at a little bit more, so you can get 15 per sale. Okay, and then this one doesn't have it, but I am going to put in the 11 and the 15 as an option on the listing. So this one was just one I threw up for the hell of it. Don't go thinking, oh, I just discovered something from him and it's going to work super well. That's not always the case. I'm just testing. Okay, so let's go back here. Pro tip, instead of saving the image to your drive, you can just copy it from Snagit and paste it into the sheet. It won't go directly into the cell, but click the 3 dots and place in the selected cell. Okay. You can do that. So copy it and then paste it. Okay. Oh yeah, copy and then paste. Cool. Excellent. And we'll go directly into the cell. I'll click 3 dots and place in the selected cell. Okay, well that's one way. There's always more than one way to do it. All right, so I could go all day here. And there's a bunch in here that I've seen before, and some that I have like on an Etsy store right now that are actually doing really well. But let's go to the place to find these things anyway, which is Etsy. And let's go funny coffee mug. And here's where we get a whole bunch of stuff. Oh God. So here's, like I said, you can see bestseller, free delivery, bestseller. This is where you can kind of cherry pick a little bit, because when you see a bestseller, so just let me click on this. And so I want to show you something about that. So I do not spew profanities. I enunciate them clearly, like a fucking lady. Okay. The problem with this is we can't run on Facebook because they're really particular about cursing. So we would have to like blur that out or something, which you can get away with, but I don't know. I'm gonna take a screen of this because it is funny. And let's just get this here, save. Now you're saying copy and then paste. Oh, there you go. Doesn't, not quite the resize that I want though. So I can drag it. Okay, yeah, you can do it that way. I'm gonna stick to my way because it'll resize nice. So I do not like profanity. I'm gonna show you something on this Etsy listing. I'll just insert it. I think the insert just resizes, right? So it's a little bit better. So I do not profanities, i.e. none from and then I guess we can put a column in here for the URL. There. So there's your URL you found it. If you really want to put that, you can. You don't need to, but I want to show you something on this. So here it is. So this is what I was talking about, reviews. So the 9,453 reviews are for the whole store, but for this item, it has 46. So you can see how you can trigger between. What that means is they're basically saying it's sold more than 46 of these because it got 46 reviews. So not everybody will leave a review, which means it's a good one. So the bigger this number right here, the more sales this mug got. So you can do your own version of it. Do your own unique version. Don't copy, but do a unique design. So when you're holding up one compared to the other, they look totally different. And then as far as I'm concerned, you're good to go. So you can see the other idea is this, so perfect for my friend, right? Hilarious mug came in time, shattered shipping. I now have a favorite go-to mug shop. Okay, shipped and fast. Mug turned out exactly. I hope I cannot wait to give it to my friend this weekend. Let's go to more. Perfect delivery. We'll order again. So keep fast shipping. I bought this mug as a late Mother's Day present for a woman who isn't conventionally ladylike. Oh, see anything here? Look at this. I love the black handle. Guess what we can do on Gear Bubble? Black handles. I bought this as a Christmas gift for a friend. Are you seeing any patterns here? The pattern is the gift angle. People are buying this for their friends. So what does that mean? When you go to make ads, you don't have to advertise it to the person. You can say, hey, know anybody who would love this? Know anybody who would get a kick out of this? Does this fit anybody you know? That kind of thing. And then you can put like, this makes a great gift. Get them one right now. And they will. So look at this. I'm sure my friend will love it. This is the beauty of Etsy. You can read everything. Free shipping, terrific. Right? Would you have thought of that before? Like using coffee mugs as gifts? People do. People buy necklaces for gifts. Why wouldn't they buy coffee mugs for gifts? So this is a great example of something when you do a little bit of digging, and you can see that it works very well. Now, I don't know if Buy Tracy is on here. I apologize if you are. I don't mean to blow up your stuff, but you got 47,001 sales since 2014. So if we go yearly, how many years is that? 6? Just round it off, right? So let's go like this. 7,800 sales per year on average. Not too shabby, right? I mean, she's been around forever and she's got a ton of them. But that just shows you that there's a lot of money in this. Like a lot. And now you can go down here and you can look and see, oh, there's a bestseller. Can't marry my mister without my sister. Will you be my bridesmaid? You could do that. That is entirely possible. We used to want it all. Now we just want to pee alone. Oh, okay. For like a mom. So you can scroll through her listings and you can see 6 people have this in their basket. And so if we click on this one, I swear I have it all together. I just forgot where I put it. Now you can see there's no reviews for this one specifically, but maybe it's a brand new one and it's just launched. So that's cool. That's 7 people have that in their basket. Cheetah print mouse pad animal. Oh, that's interesting. Who'd have thought, eh? And then well, I guess she's got a whole bunch of other products in here too. But it's neat because you can see what other people are doing. Now, like I said, don't copy them, but you can certainly go in and do a version of it. Like this one, only 3 available. It's in 2 people's basket. Okay, so let's go look at this. So I've seen this on hoodies, and it's hilarious. So that you can do that too. I mean, there's nothing stopping you. So if you want, just take a screenshot. It is funny. I mean, it's a fishing mug, but it's funny. Actually, I have a hoodie on it. Not this exact design, but a version of this. So let's go here. Insert image in cell. Start drag and drop. And I could even take the URL there. Find it. Copy that. Paste. Paste special values only. There we go. So there you go. So let's get 10 and then we'll move on. Wait, where are we at? Well, we're at 7, so we need 3 more. So let's pick up pace here. So this is a bestseller too. So this by Tracy is like kicking butt on Etsy. Good job by Tracy. And you can see for this item, there's 63 mugs. And now, so we're going to take a screenshot. And if you notice, this is a black handle and black lip, and we can make these now. Gear Bubble has these, and that's what we're going to use. A wise woman once. Okay, let's go insert this. I'm sure there's a hotkey for this or something. I just don't know what it is. I can see what that would work. I'll grab that URL. Because on that URL, you see that there was a bunch of sales. So reviews, 63 reviews for that. Great job, too funny. I gave this to my best friend. She loved it. So your ad could say, would your best friend like this? Right? All right, perfectly love it. Perfect gift for my sister. Would your sister love this? Would your best friend love this? Love the mug. I know my friend will enjoy the humor. So, I mean, I'm not going to beat a dead horse to death, but it's perfect. Awesome. So let's go back to some questions that are coming in. Because the margins are so low, would I suppose you would have to rely on the upsell to travel mugs or other product with the same design on them? Correct. No, not correct. We can make this work with low margins. So I'm going to teach you guys how. You're getting ahead of yourself though. There are upsells, but here's a tip. For an upsell, do you have to have a different product? What do you guys think? Now I know there's a limit in Gear Bubble that you can't have an upsell on the exact same product. However, There's nothing stopping you from creating a duplicate of this product and having the duplicate as an upsell at a discount. So they buy one and they go, man, I love that. That's cool. And then right away, you offer them an upsell of the same mug at a discount. So buy another one, take 15% off. Buy a second one, get 20% off. What's wrong with that? So you don't have to go from coffee mug to travel mug to wine glass to whatever. Go from coffee mug to the exact same one at a discount. So I'll show you all how to do that when we get to ramping up and scaling. All right? Sound good? Yeah. So people are saying, yeah, they can buy one for themselves and one for a friend, sell them for gifts for the family and friends. Yep. And not only that, we are going to be using email too, because GearBubble allows us to get their email onto a list. So we're going to use that list to continually sell them more mugs. And there's nothing wrong with that. Now it's actually a really good list because it's a buyer's list. When you have buyer emails, holy crap, they're already your customer. It's easier to sell them another product than it is to go out and get a new customer. That's like business 101. So I'm just going to grab, I think I need 2 more. Let's go back here and let's just look for more best sellers. And typically the best sellers will rise to the top. There's one. Oh, okay. So I'm going to show this. I showed the other one before. Dear God. Okay. There's 200 reviews for this. Now, do you know who this is? For those that don't. Oh boy. There it is. Jim Jones was an American civil rights preacher, faith healer, and cult leader who conspired with his inner circle to direct a mass suicide and mass murder of his followers in his jungle commune in Jonestown, Guyana. He launched the People's Temple in India during the 50s. He was ordained, blah, 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 blah. Early life, Indiana beginnings, racial antagonist, rainbow family. Moved to California, focused on San Francisco. He was basically a cult leader that made people drink something to commit a mass suicide. Around settlements named Billion. Yeah, so it was a mass murder suicide, and then he actually died too. So anyway, it is awful, and some people are really warped. So 200 people, more than 200 people bought this mug. Okay, so let's just take a little screenshot of that because this store is full of these, like just like awful mugs. But you know what? Something like this can go viral very easily because a lot of people have a lot of warped sense of humors, and like me included. So I'm gonna grab that URL too. And this is actually the most popular mug that we've found so far because it's unique. And there's probably a lot of, I don't know if you get backlash on Facebook or not, but who knows? So this is kind of pushing the edges of appropriateness, but I wanted to show it because, yeah. Oh my God, it's so funny. Friends loved it. Got this for a gift for a friend that loves true crime. You know what you can target on Facebook? True crime. Just as described, just like it looks in the picture. Can't thank you enough. No one gets it, but for those rare few. New favorite store. Right fast. Bought it for myself. So there you go. Doesn't even have to be a gift. Got it for my cousin. Exactly as described. It's made of good quality. Looks like the picture. Arrived good. Quick delivery. Should have gotten a lot more of these. I can't decide who to give it to or if I should keep it. How can you go wrong with this mug? Ordered travel side mug. It looks amazing. Dark humor for the win. Looks even better in person. So there's a market here. And they're putting it on water bottles too. Love it. Bought it for holiday presents. Got so many compliments on this mug. So there you go. So funny stuff doesn't just have to be like, you know, appropriate. It could be inappropriate too. So here's the other one from this that I think is hilarious. Same store, sugar spoon mugs, and if you look at that 149 reviews. So this one, and I tried to order this one because I thought it was so funny when I found it, and they don't ship to Canada. Buggers. So the good part is we will ship to Canada. If you don't know, that's Jeffrey Dahmer, who is a serial killer who ate people. So yeah, kind of bad for the victims, but a lot of people have a dark sense of humor. So if it's not up your alley, that's cool. Don't do it. Stick to the other stuff. But if it is, then there you go. Now, as far as his image, I mean, he's dead, first of all. Secondly, I don't know if his estate would come after you for that or not. So you kind of have to do it at your own risk, I would say. But I don't believe his likeness is trademarked by anybody, and neither is his. So you got all these true crime serial killer types that you could launch a bunch of funny mugs to and put them in your store. So there's 10, and that took like basically, 40 minutes for me to do 10. So if you have to do 50, and I was going slow because I was explaining things. So 40 minutes for 10. So multiply that by 5, divided by 60. You're looking at about just shy of 3.5 hours of research in order to fill this with 50 mugs, like I am. And guess what? That's what you're going to do because that's your homework. So let's go back to the sheet. So we got the 50 mugs. Now WordSwag, let's talk about that. This is the app that I love to use for my designs. Oh, what's this? Wait. So wordswag.com is not the URL. It's actually wordswag.co. And this is it. So wordswag.co. And you install this. If you're on iOS, you don't have to worry about doing it on your phone and then emailing it to yourself. I'm on a PC. So what I have to do, I install the app on my phone, and then I actually email the pictures to my inbox, and then I just grab them from there. So you can do the same. But the cool part is you can do a lot of these, and then you just hit, I wish I could show you. Well, let's watch the video. I don't know if that sound's coming through. So it automatically designs text, make your own quotes, and then, so you type it in like that, and then hit save, and then you can hit the buttons on the bottom, and it will just randomize it for you. And you can turn it, you can do whatever you want, but it's great when you're doing text-based designs. So it's really good for blog-based stuff. I hope that's coming through okay. Send to friends and love, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this is the one that I like. And I actually bought, it's free, but you can buy more like templates. So I did, it was like $5 or $4 or something. And it's on the App Store or it's on Google Play. So that's what you're going to be using. We'll show that in the next live training, how to do that, because we're actually going to be going to our sheet and we'll be going through and creating all these. Then we'll be launching them on Gearbubble. So now, next, we need a MailChimp account. Okay, so you're going to go to MailChimp. And you're going to sign up for free. And you're going to create an account. Okay, just create it for now. I'll show you what to do with it later. But this is where our email list is going to be hosted. I like this because they deliver well and the pricing is super reasonable. So you can see that it's basically $14.99 a month because you do need this in order to schedule things. But you can start at $0 just to get going. So for $15 a month for that is super cheap. And then as you get more contacts, it actually goes up in price. But if you're getting more contacts, that means your buyer list got bigger. And that means that you're making more money because we're going to set up, basically we're going to schedule a bunch of emails to go out. So from the second somebody buys, they're in our email system and they're going to get automated emails going out. And guess what's in those automated emails? Anybody know? More funny coffee mugs. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll have that going. And then on top of that, we're going to be doing sales. So we can do broadcasts. So we can do like one-offs. We could say, hey, got this going. We got a sale running here. It's for the next 2 days. Get in there now. Take 25% off anything in the store, or take 25% off this mug. Then we can send over a reminder email on the last day, say, hey, 12 hours left, 4 hours left, 1 hour left. And that's how we get sales. So I'll show you how to do that too. Okay, so go there and create that. And then last one, create a store on GearBubble, right? So some of you might have GearBubble Pro, some of you might have Shopify. That's fine, you can use that too. But I am going to show you this because it's free. So did you know you can go launch store? Did you know that? And you can have a store for free. Very cool. Now, you can have a standard store, store with a banner, store with a slider, standard store with a cart. So this will feature a store title, description, and facility to add multiple items to the cart. So let's do that one. And then all you're going to do is fill it in. So you're going to call it, call it the, what should we call it? Awesome mug shop. And then we'll put a URL. Mug shop. There. Awesome mug shop. And now we can have categories too. We want, and we can have custom categories. For now, we'll just leave it blank. We can always come back in and add those later. Okay, so we'll just do next step. And now you can go through and you can start adding. Okay. And you just simply, once it's launched in there, then you go back in and you add them to your store. Okay. So that's what I want you to do. Go to GearBubble and create your store and then start. You don't have to add your products yet because you don't have them yet. But later on, you're going to go back in and you're going to add your products. So I'll show you how to do that. So just go and create it for now. In the next one, we're going to be doing a lot of this and a lot of this. So the launching just means launching it on Facebook, or sorry, launching it on GearBubble. And the testing is our test campaigns on Facebook. So this is a little bit different than what we did with the necklaces, mainly because our profit margins are lower. So we can't do it, we can't go as aggressive. So can you explain price and cost again? I think some did not understand. So for the cost, if you have, okay, so let's put it in here. It's here this way. So sell a mug, sell a 15-ounce mug for $21.95. So your revenue is $15. Your cost is, wherever that is, 21.95 minus 15, $6.95. GearBubble stats always show your revenue. Okay. So we have $15 to run ads. $15 is our break-even point. We can spend up to $15 to get a sale. Okay, does that make sense? Oh, so if you have any questions about pricing or anything, let me know. On the black handle mugs, it's actually a cheaper cost. I think it's $3.95 right now. So your actual revenue is higher. Now on GearBubble, they call it profit per sale, but it's actually your revenue because your profit is that 15 minus your ad cost is your actual profit. Okay, so let's say, example, it costs you $10 in ads to get one sale. Your profit is 15 minus 10 equals $5. All right, hope that makes sense. Little comment. I love the way you showed estimating how much time one should devote in going for the plan of launching 50 mugs. Yeah, thank you. That's just the research. I'm going to do that because people were asking, well, how much time should I devote to this? Well, there you go. Is it still okay to go for 1995 black handle mug gear bubble? Only have 11 ounce. Yeah, it is. We're gonna have to work with what we've got. So I think the base is 395 on that. So that you make $16 still, which is fine. The 11 ounce, they're not bad. I actually have two in my cupboard. The 15 ounce is better, but the 11 ounce is not horrible. It's just a little bit smaller. So you can do that. Oh, the black might be a black handle. Yeah, black handle base cost is 395 right now. So that might go up in the future. And I think he's looking at getting some 15 ounce ones in. He just doesn't have them yet. Alrighty. Okay, so you guys have some homework. Basically, research 50 mugs, create your sheet, get word swag, create a MailChimp account, create a store on Gearbubble. That's your homework for this week. Next week, we're going to be launching on Gearbubble, adding to our store, and we're going to be hooking up each one of those to our MailChimp list, and you'll see how easy that is. And then we're going to be testing. We're going to set up some test ads to actually try and get some sales in here. And then I'll explain what to look for in testing, when you have a definite winner, and when you can move on to like ramping up and scaling, which is webinar number 3, as well as I'll add in like the email marketing in there too, so you can get a feel for that. Another question, if you do Etsy, do you also do Facebook ads or just let Etsy do it? What is Etsy's percent, 15%? I actually have 3 Etsy stores right now, and I've let all the listings expire because it just moves so slow, I couldn't stand it. So it does work. You will get sales, but it is a volume game. I only had like about 187 mugs on one store, and the listings came up for renewal, and I was like, you know what, this isn't really worth it for me. Only now, don't think that I'm bashing Etsy. I'm not at all. Just I like to move faster. That's why I like paid traffic. So I'm going to be running Facebook ads to paid traffic to my mugs on Gearbubble direct. I'm not using Etsy for this. I'm not saying Etsy's bad. It is good. It does work. I mean, people are making money, but I don't want to do it because it's just slow. And it just means, if you want to make any kind of good money, you have to have like 10,000 mugs or something like that on there. And I'm not doing that. I mean, sure, I could outsource it, but even that, then now you're managing people. So my style is I like quick results and I like to be in total control of my traffic. So when you have something on Etsy too, you're trying to optimize the SEO as best you can to get listed and get sales and all that good stuff, but it's out of your control. And I don't like handing over the reins to somebody else to get me sales. I'd rather have control 100% under me, if that makes sense. So basically for now, in February, the only thing we should be working on is funny mugs and not father-daughter mugs. No, you can certainly work on father-daughter mugs, family mugs, gifts for dad to daughter, dad to or husband to wife. Like, don't think that because I'm only showing funny mugs, that's all you can do. You can expand to whatever you want. There's no limit. It's just when I'm running these live training sessions, I can't cover every single base. So what I do is I take a piece and I go, okay, here's what you do with the mugs. Now go ahead and go to other niches and go to other areas and go to like jobs and like professions and go outside of funny, go to pets, go to family, go to friends, go to everything, go to like faith, go to quotes, religious quotes, like whatever you want to do. There's no like, no, don't do that. Like, yeah, go do that. You're free to do whatever you want. You're your own boss, right? So don't just stick with one thing. If you don't want to do funny mugs, don't do funny mugs. Do family. Do whatever else you want to do. It's up to you. I'm just going to show you how you can do mugs, period. And the niche that I'm going to show you is funny because I like it, because it makes me laugh. Because I find some of these, and I'm like, that's hilarious. And then I actually try and buy them. And I think I'm going to have a mug addiction and my wife's going to kill me. All right, so we are going to close it off right there. We're coming up on an hour. The replay will be up in the forums, and you'll be able to view it right here. It'll be in this thread right here. It'll be right here in about, well, probably this afternoon because it does have to render. So next training, we'll see you on that. And if you have any questions, post them in the forums, and do start a journal too, and start saying, you know, here's what I did today. Even if you do, even if you don't do anything, go into your journal and say, I did nothing today. And the reason I'm saying that is when you go back and look through your daily journal and you're like, okay, I had like out of a week, I had 2 days I actually did something, 5 days I did nothing. And then you look at your revenue or your profits or your, you know, what are you making? And you're like, well, I'm not making much, but really I'm not putting much into it. So that adds up. But if you go in, you're like, okay, today I did this, today I did this, today I did this, today I launched, today I tested, today I fired up 10 more, today I added 7 to my store, today I ran 5 test campaigns, you will be making money, right? So you control it. You totally control it. So use the journals. I'm going to close with that. We'll see you in the forums and we will see you next week. Have a great day, everybody.